Welcome back, everybody, to episode 167 of the Unpaid and Underrated a podcast by crew for crew, or by crew for crew. Yeah, that's the one. Mocked by crew, attended by crew, recorded twice a week, sometimes for crew. I am your host, Big Joey. I am joined by Big Steve.
Howdy.
I have Big. We're going with Anastasia, Anna. What are we going by?
Anastasia's good.
Got Big Anastasia on the line. Andy has joined us. Big Andy down there.
Good morning.
And we'll jump right into it. We can't rate last week's episode because it's not out yet. It actually comes out tonight, so we're not going to do any of that business.
Well, I think it's also pretty relevant, the topic about how training with kids is ruining your gains and everything, because, that's pretty difficult.
Yeah. We would have talked about that with the episode we recorded on Thursday, but definitely we can talk about some of that. Somebody everybody brings it up every once in a while about the time that I almost dropped the rock on Saga when she was like 2, right? So that's generally why I don't like training around kids, because it's dangerous. And, obviously your kids are different ages than mine.
Yeah, I think we started taking it a little bit more serious when I think Anastasia was about, 13-ish?
Yeah, around 13 I started getting.
And so at that point, she was smart enough to know, please stay out of the way when the heavy lifting's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I have, 100 pounds over my head. Please don't start asking me, daddy. Like, that is not the time to do that. And that's actually when Saga got kicked out of the gym. I was doing overhead press, and just as I got it up, daddy. And I'm, what? Those go outside. Go upstairs. Like, that is exactly how that went.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I love you, and I love to keep loving you, so let's not,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is not the time to do that. So now, essentially, if she says she wants to come down, I'll send Morgan a message when I'm done my main lifts.
Nice.
When I've moved on to accessory lifts, Saga can come down. But if I'm doing anything overhead, squat, anything like heavy, she can't be down there.
Well, I'm happy to report too. Anytime we've been at your place lately to train, she's been a lot better.
Absolutely, right? She knows now, because we talked about it. If Daddy has something in his hands or over his head, we can't talk to him, and you have to stay away. Because I remember the one time I was benching, and then she tried to spin the thing that I was the sleeve of the barbell with the bench in my hand. I was like, oh, no. Don't do that.
The plate might spin, but it's not the school bus steering wheel. Let's take 10% off.
Yeah. So what, 5 out of 5 daddies?
I mean, I can't really even disagree with that in any way.
In about 3 hours, Cam will be here. I know you said you guys might not be able to make it up here, but Cam is coming to. He wants to get some tips on lifting a natural stone, because there is a rumor that the mystery event Rocks is going to be a natural stone to shoulder. As you're listening to this, you will already know what it was. I don't know. I got no insider information. I just want to say 2 things. Apparently, tacky towel is allowed, which tells me it's going to be Atlas, not natural, because tacky is way too hard to clean off of a natural stone.
Yeah, that is true.
Yep. And also, it is evil, and I mean evil, to sneak a natural stone to shoulder on somebody. It is. I think that
it depends on what you like, because natural stone to shoulder is pretty fun.
Yeah, but if you've never done it, and then you walk into a competition and somebody's like, 200-pound stone, get it on your shoulder, or no points, that's pure evil. Right?
Yeah, I feel like the big but new class might be a little bit more forgiving when it comes to the weight, but yeah, either way, it's good to be prepared for anything.
I think actually, Jake has been doing so much in terms of kind of misdirection over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He's posting stuff of him lifting natural stones, but he's also posting him cleaning off Atlas stones. And there's also everything he has in the rules about what you can and can't use. So I still think it could be anything. I'm not leaning one direction at all.
No, are you competing in that?
Sure am.
Yeah. So you can let us know what it was in case I don't catch the live stream because I'll be working on Friday. But yeah, I just think if you've never done a natural stone to shoulder, and Steve, you can attest because you've done it before with me, but I remember
we've done it with Bex and that too.
Yeah, and you were saying like the weight at your competition is like, those are pretty good weights, and then you did it at Laurie's, and you're like, this was hard, right? Because like you might be able to do a 200-pound Atlas stone to your shoulder, no problem, but you try and do a 200-pound natural stone, it is not the same lift.
Yeah, there's different variables for sure.
Yeah, so it's just one of those. That's why I'm saying it's a little evil. If you walk in and somebody's like, get that up, good luck. Good luck, Andy.
luckily for Cam, he's not going to have any trouble getting his arms around whatever stone I throw at him.
No, if it is an Atlas stone, he's got it breezed, right? Because he's got those. He's been able to practice with those, but he is a bit nervous because he's never really done a natural stone. So I'm just going to show him like, you got to figure out the handles. You got to look what way where the weight leans and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I have much to show him because half of it is just be dumb strong.
Yeah, I got the dumb part down.
I'm not stronger. I'm not stronger than anybody. I'm just stupider. That's what I keep saying.
We actually just ordered a couple sandbags from Inclusive Fitness so I can practice at least some variation of getting stuff to the shoulder.
I saw that, and I'm glad you went with Inclusive. Did you use Scance's code?
I did not.
Ooh.
I didn't know that was an option, but
yeah,
I did use a code. I got the intel from John from the Ontario Lifts Rocks group.
Okay, he has a code.
Yeah, and he basically put us onto them because he ordered a few from a rival company, we'll call it, that I was considering ordering.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he ripped 3 of them and said Inclusive Fitness has been great for him. So
yeah, the Inukshuk bag I have is from Inclusive.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to him too. It was like, okay, yeah, you know what, sold.
Yep. I when you were telling me you were going to order them, I actually looked at Inclusive to price out the jumps that you wanted. And it was like $300 more than I think what you were looking at getting. And I was like, okay, I'm not even going to bring that up. But
we just got a couple 200 and 100.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. Yeah, my 150 is now completely full of sand. My pea gravel is in my Inukshuk bag, and my Bells of Steel is still pea gravel. I think it's closer to 90 something pounds. Okay. Any general stuff you guys want to talk about?
Not a whole lot. Training is going well. I guess I could talk a little bit last week about our trip up to the Ontario Stone Lifting Club there with our friends from the States.
Great idea.
We got to do a little bit of natural stone lifting, and I think Anastasia and I might be doing our first strongman competition together coming up in the later half of the year.
That's the one up north?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be hosted by John C. there, and he said based on what he saw out of us, he said there should be no issues in us taking part in that.
Now that's a strongman, or is that just a stone party?
Kind of a hybrid.
Okay. Yep.
I think there's going to be some strongman components and then some stone lifting components, and it's just going to be a general, just fun strength event.
Yeah, I haven't decided if I'm going to make that, but I get the feeling if you're going, I might go.
Yeah, it's a couple hours away, but I mean, I don't know. There's enough room in our car if you want to join in us. We can all carpool up and get silly.
Yeah, because normally, I just replaced the caliper with Shane yesterday. The whole ass caliper on my brake. If you don't know anything about cars, I will say, not only did I replace the brake pads and the rotors on that wheel a month ago, I had to do it again today. That's how seized up those calipers were.
Ouch.
Yeah, the front brake pad was gone in a month because the piston on the caliper wasn't moving. It was sealed shut. So like,
you drive all the time. That doesn't even make sense. Like if you were like parked for a while, I could see it seizing.
We think it was actually already seized. And what had happened was the pin in the caliper was also seized. So we thought that was the problem. We didn't even look at the main piston.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining, Andy. Talk to you later.
Have a good time, guys.
Pouring you with car talk. He's out. But yeah, so we did that yesterday. So it's one of those, like, if we can carpool, that'll be better because, yeah, I don't know. Plus, I just don't want to drive alone.
Well, of course not.
Yeah, like that's a 3-hour drive. But it is. Go ahead.
Sandy will come too, so that way if one of us old people gets hurt, she can drive home. Or maybe Anastasia by that point. We'll see how her driving goes.
Maybe. Next week I signed up to do the volunteer at the provincials
Yeah.
down in Hamilton, and I submitted the form probably a week and a half ago, and I haven't heard anything.
It's funny because I don't think we're going to be volunteering, but I think we will be kind of showing up just to check it out because I know, again, to bring up his name, that John guy is going to be competing, and
Yep.
a few other people from the Ontario stone lifting group. And
Well, Lori will be there volunteering, and the guy running it is one of the people that I lifted with in the stone competition and didn't recognize until after.
oh yeah, it was funny. We heard about that.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. And you know what? He was actually the announcer at the meet at Just Be Strong.
Oh, nice.
So, like, I know him. I looked right at him at the competition, and then I see him post that he was there, and I was like, I didn't even clue in. But he also had like glasses and a hat and stuff like that. It was pretty.
Well, that's funny. That stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, but he's one of the guys running the show. So I messaged him, and then I was like, am I volunteering or what? Like, I don't. Should I show up ready to volunteer and then just like don't? Like, so either way, we'll figure that out. But by the time you're hearing this, I either will have or will not have volunteered at provincials.
Well, if it turns out that they still need somebody, I mean, let us know. Maybe we'll come join.
Yeah, I genuinely
In
don't
whatever
know.
capacity we're able to.
Yeah, I figured I'd have an email or something by now confirming because it's a week away, and like
Yeah, you know, these things go.
yeah, so I'm just gonna set aside the day, and either I'm going to watch or I'm going to help load a trap bar.
Worst case, Ontario, come hang out with us and do some lifting.
Exactly. All right. So we have got affiliates that you can use, which is Obsidian Ammonia. We've got Plate Snacks and Belt Fed Strength. Use code unpaid at all of those. You're too late to get your stickers for Lift Hard, Live Easy. I hope a lot of you are enjoying my new sticker that debuted at the Lift Hard, Live Easy. I only sent 30, so please, I hope you did not flood and bother Cam too much. But he will be the arbiter of my new stickers. I do have a couple that I kept at home for us, Steve. And
I really got to get on making ours because Anastasia made a pretty cool logo for our gym, and it's kind of a shame that I haven't done anything with it yet.
No, I can get you the people that we use. It was like 50 for $25 or something, and they're decent vinyl quality, right? And
Nice.
not those label ones that I got from the company who shall not be named. Obsidian
enough.
Ammonia, they're running. I think he just finished a 2-for-1, but either way, throw in our code. We don't get anything from it, but it just shows him that you're there from us. And Belt Fed Strength, Chris doing great work. He's going to be at Home Gym Con, so swing by him. And that's it. Normally we do a sponsor read from Astronomics, who is our main sponsor here. I don't know if you guys have anything you want to say, anything you want to talk about as far as Astronomics goes.
We don't necessarily have an ad prepared, but Anastasia, why don't you tell us about what it is that you like about Massonomics?
What I like about Massonomics and something that I like kind of really looked up to is that it's not all just get angry at the bar and like you have to do it this way. It's more just messing around. I feel like I do lifting for the fun of it and not to be like all super uber serious.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to mess around and whatever happens happens.
And like their motto, lift hard, live easy. It's not just a slogan. Like we take our training seriously, but you got to remember to enjoy it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, this is supposed to be fun. Right.
And if you don't enjoy it, then like, what are you even doing? Like,
yeah.
And so it's kind of a cool community of people who kind of think similarly.
Yep.
And it's just fun to be a part of.
Yeah.
I agree with all of that. And of course, everybody knows Steve's story. So we'll talk about that in a second. Stasia.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yes.
Okay, you were live and unpaid and underrated.
Okay.
We're gonna just jump right into the podcasts. We just had some little chat earlier with some other people, but now you are here. So tell us who you are. Where do we find you? Are you on any social media that we can find you on? You're in the Discord. Let us know who you are in the Discord.
Okay. That's a great question. Okay, so I guess the like most like prominent place you can find me is probably Instagram. I do have my own Instagram, um, which I'm on the spot, so I completely forgot the name of. But I think that the best place you can find my lifting stuff in general is like my dad's Instagram because I'm not all that active, I
Hmm.
think.
Yep. And
Uh,
Steve, and that's completely okay. We're going to lead this off by saying Anastasia is 16. So if you're wondering why there are some things that we're dancing around, we mostly need to protect Anastasia, right? So if you want to contact Anastasia, you can contact Steve, which is your Instagram.
Yeah, at Huck Steve. And Anastasia's Instagram too is at Huck5335. For the most part, she doesn't post a whole lot. There's a lot of stuff that she's been tagged in by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the Discord is Big Canadian Anastasia.
Yeah, it is. Okay. What are you drinking? You got something cool over there you told me about earlier.
I've got myself a nice President's Choice sparkling grape soda water. It's delicious.
Yes.
Nice
We
crispy crack, nice and spicy.
the PC ones have always been. I remember I sent some to Tanner and Tommy. I sent that. I'm pretty sure it was the ginger ale and the root beer.
And I think when we went down to Lift Hard Live Easy too, we brought down a case of the cola water too.
Yeah, that was quite popular. Yeah, PC delivers high quality. Like if I had to have a PC versus a bubbly, I'd probably take the PC.
Now, I've mentioned it before, but the one caveat being is if you open one of these, they're fantastic for about the first half hour, but if you let it sit,
Yep.
it goes flat kind of quick.
Yeah, but I mean, in my world, a sparkling water isn't lasting more than half an hour.
Yeah, I'm not spending all day on it typically.
Now, unless one of the cool things about the PC pop flavored ones is if you're a person who likes mixed drinks, like a Ryan soda or Ryan Coke or something like that.
Not
Those
until
are
you're 17.
not if you're listening to this, it is one of those things that actually is a really great no sugar water, no sugar alcohols, and it still has the same flavor. So that's kind of nice. So that might be the scenario in which it sits for longer than half an hour, right? Because you're using half a can at a time. Okay. Stasia, now it's your turn. The three of us are kind of a trifecta of how this happened. How did you get to Massonomics and why did you stick around?
Mostly through, well, you and my dad. I don't think I would have found it on my own, to be honest,
Mhm.
but I'm kind of really happy that I did. Um, it, in my personal experience, it brings together a lot of people, and I've met a lot of people through Massonomics and, wearing Massonomics stuff when I go to, like lifting meets and stuff. Um, I feel like I get approached a lot more as, oh, you're a part of the crew. That's nice. Um, so, um,
Does that ever get weird? Actually,
um,
you know what? Does it ever get less weird? Like I'm prominent in crew because of this podcast, but
yeah.
like before that, it never got less weird.
I still forget honestly that I do what I do, and that it's not as common as I think it is. Because to me, it's my everyday life. But then I go to like a lifting meet, and everyone knows who I am. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I forgot about this. Hi.
I think
Yes.
the first time she realized that she had fans was like a really weird experience for her.
What happened?
And well, we were in Blenheim, Ontario at a kind of a smaller local meet, but it was our first time we'd ever actually traveled for a meet. And a mother came up with her little girl. I think she must have been like 8 or 9 years old at some point, or at that point. And said, our little kid here, she couldn't sit still the entire time, but I think the entire time that you were competing, I don't think she blinked once. She sat still and she would not move. She just watched what you were doing. And Anastasia just kind of froze and went, thanks.
What do you do with that information, right?
Like, no, it's kind of cool to be, even as young as she is, to be inspiring even younger people, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, as a parent, it's like, wow, that's kind of awesome to see. Like, you've already succeeded.
Yeah. Now you got nowhere to go but up.
But yeah, it does sometimes get easier, but like I'm kind of yeah, I'm really awkward. So
It, it doesn't get easier, but your social media presence gets stronger. To completely butcher a line from the last Massonomics podcast.
Yeah. So like I got into it through Jonathan Oldham, and then I dragged Steve. Like this is the kind of like the pipeline. And then I dragged Steve to meet them at the Arnold. I think Steve was going to go to the Arnold anyway, but I
Yeah,
was like,
I was already pretty aware of it through like the memes and everything online, and
yeah.
we would always share each other's stuff. And
But then you met Tanner and Tommy, and you were like, and crew, and then you're like, okay, I'm in.
yeah, these are my people.
Yep.
Despite the fact that I'm not super online or super present all the time, it's like, no, these are still my people.
Yeah, and it's still good to know that they're there, right?
Yeah.
And then, no, wait, I want that still. Sorry, guys. My creatine sunk to the bottom of my water, so I'm just asking Morgan to bring me water so I can get the last of my creatine. And it's still early here. This is like the earliest I've ever recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got stage into it. So that is the pipeline.
She basically didn't have a choice. Well, it's a good thing that she just likes it.
Yeah. What was your famous line? You're going to enjoy this whether you like it or not.
Pretty much. That's kind of how my marriage began too. So it's been a lasting slogan. I think some days, Sadie enjoys it more than others.
Yep. That's marriage in general, I think.
I'm an acquired taste. I get it.
Seja, where do you live and where are you? Well, you live with Steve, so like most people know where he's from. So we can talk about that as little or as much as you want, based on you being a child. Well, a teenager. Jeez, that's yeah.
She's getting older. She's a young woman.
Yeah, geez. Like everybody does this all the time, but like I was around for your birth.
Okay, so I get how you still think of her as Saga, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. There was yeah, we can talk about stories later. So you're from here, you're in Hamilton, you're part of the Ontario crew. I don't think you might be in that group, but you're not very active in it. Yep. And let's go. Does she have a Hall of Fame card?
She does.
Okay. Like her own?
Yeah.
Okay, including today. What are your checks?
Ooh. I'd have to get it to reference it. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I can have it in front of me. Yeah, I can have it in front of me in just a second. Let's see who wins. Let's see who wins. It's going to be him because I clicked on mostly squad videos instead of Keith.
Probably going to be you because I have no idea where mine is. It's in the desk somewhere.
Mine's full, so I don't even have to get it out anymore.
I can figure out where my card is because all I can find right now is this handy dandy card that she definitely does not have one of.
No, we don't know her supporting member number, do we? Nobody does. We actually, yeah, you'll have to get that from Tanner when he listens to this episode.
Here I am showing off my supporting member card like it's a video podcast.
Like Sean. Yeah, why are you waving?
Some of the Hall of Fame check marks, obviously, that she does have is posting a picture with crew, being on here now for the first time, attending the Arnold. That should be 2 check marks. She competed at the Arnold.
I had it somewhere.
And I believe those might be the only 3 to this point.
Okay, so
hasn't been a year yet, hasn't listened to the first 400, hasn't made 10 orders, obviously.
Yep.
Or gone to Crew Falls or Lift Hard, Live Easy. That was one of the things we were hoping to do this year, but we ended up doing the Arnold instead when that came up.
I mean, you still have time to schedule Crew Falls.
That is true.
Yeah, it's only an 18-hour drive instead of 21 to Aberdeen.
We'll make a weekend of it. Drive there, say hi, drive back.
Yeah, just dip in. Hi, everybody. Well, see ya. Big gulps, huh?
How bad do I want that jacket?
Get it before me. So we don't know Anastasia supporting membership number.
I think it's 3. Oh no, sorry. The Hall of Fame status.
Oh, it's 3 checks. I always say one's better than none. So don't worry about that. We'll get you more. You have a CTF, a certified training facility.
Absolutely.
I will go ahead and hit you with the code unpaid comment, which you can only get when you have been a guest here. An unpaid and underrated. Tell us about your gym, Anastasia. I mean, I can see it, but other people can't unless they go to gymradar.com. Tell us the name of your gym first.
The name of our gym is Moving Mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a cat themed gym, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like it's very cat themed. Our logo has a cat on it. But I feel like the most notable thing about our gym is it's in the dining room, which a lot of people don't really believe when I tell them at first. But I don't know. I
So it's predominantly a powerlifting themed gym.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of years ago, during the whole COVID silliness, when everything shut down here,
With everything going on,
with everything going on, of course,
mm-hmm.
we decided, you know what, let's take external forces out of it, and we'll just start our own home gym. And that was kind of what led to Anastasia having her first experiences with actual lifting. And because quite frankly, if we would have still been at a commercial gym, I mean, 4 gym memberships is pretty spicy every month.
Yep.
And it's not cheap to obviously have a home gym, but it gives us the options to do a lot of our training together as a family, and that's pretty important to us.
You are gonna have to update your gym radar. Everybody listening to this should know that Steve and I are close. We've known each other for pretty much our whole lives at this rate. And so I'm going to tell him, you can now add outdoor to your gym because you have built and helped me build some awesome farmer's handles.
Yeah, we were using those yesterday. One of the things that we don't love about where we live that happens to be really helpful for this is behind our house, we have a nice big long alley.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the end of our workout yesterday, we added some farmer's handle carries for distance. And that was kind of like our high intensity interval training for a bit of cardio almost.
Yes. I got to use mine the first time last week, and my tendon wanted to pop so bad I could only do 2 runs. I loaded 100 pounds on them, so 425s, and geez, my tendon was just ready to pop. I was saying last week I'm gonna have to buy more 25s because pretty much doing a 25 pound or 50-pound farmer's handle from the gym to outside to put on the farmer's handle and actually I was like, this sucks. I need to get some weights outside and leave them outside.
You just need to wait till your kids get a bit older, then you can make them do the heavy lifting, so that way you can just do the actual lift.
Bring these upstairs for daddy. Yeah.
That was pretty much the intent there, like why I had kids is so I could basically have like little attempts to help me get my stuff ready.
The
reality is it goes the other way around.
Yes, yeah. I was gonna say every time I've lifted with you guys, it's me and you loading. So your featured brand is Massonomics. You have the most stuff from them. Second is Bells of Steel. And third is the Strength Co. You've got 15 pieces of equipment listed. And
probably have a lot more than that, but some of it's unlisted.
Yes. Not sure why. So if you ever want to get on there and update that. And
mostly just like little cheapo things like some Amazon bands and like an adjustable kettlebell and silly stuff like that. And most of our Massonomics equipment can be seen right now. By you. It's just like flags and our drink spotters and stuff.
Well, if you want to see the gym, head over to gymradar.com on Moving Mountains. You guys are actually in one of my lists, which are gym animals I have met. I hope to expand that at some point because right now it's only Keith's cats, your cats. I've met Bernie at Tommy's gym.
And Cam's pupper.
And Cam's pupper, yep. I wonder if she'll be here today when he comes. Oh, I better get the treats ready. Okay.
And I have one of her stickers on our gym mirror there. It's hard to really see from from here. Well, I guess it's hard for everyone to see. I keep forgetting that, but
Yeah. But
our main mirror in our gym there is just bordered with stickers from a lot of friends' gyms and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
that is really cool. Okay. Da, 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 da. So the submissions I got were pretty much 3 people. How did you explain to Candace what you were doing today?
I pretty much just said, "Hey, we got a podcast coming up this weekend. It would be helpful if you could fill in this little questionnaire because we have just to give the host a little bit of info ahead of time, and I suppose it'll be as much of a surprise to us as it is to you what was on it."
Well, I will say, like, because everybody else that filled it out already knows who we are, so it would just be interesting. Did she ask at all, like, what podcast? What is it about?
I did say that it's a little bit of silly goosery, so that's why there might be some questions on the questionnaire that might throw you for a little bit of a loop. It's not just a sets and reps podcast; it's a getting to know the person.
I don't think I could do a Sets and Reps podcast.
I mean, I could do one episode, but then it would probably just get real repetitive.
Yeah, and it just like I know that they exist out there where like their main focus is to talk about how to train or how to get strong, stay strong, and use your strength. But like I don't think I could listen to that all the time. I think that like powerlifting motivation or whatever that kind of stuff. Nah, I have no patience for that.
I like a nice variety. Kind of why I like the Massonomics podcast.
Yep,
Every once in a while, they get a little bit serious goose about the lifting, and but that's fairly rare. It's mostly about the fun side of it.
yep. Okay, Anastasia, I have a game that I'm going to move into.
Okay.
This game is called Least Fun, Most Fun. Steve, do you? Oh, Steve's stepping away for a second. So I'm going to give you a topic.
Okay.
Okay. And you are going to give me the least fun thing about that topic and the most fun thing about that topic. You have to give me both. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Least fun, most fun. Lifting with exotic cats in the gym.
Oh, okay. So I want to say the most fun thing when it comes to lifting is honestly, I think that when I'm doing my bench press, sometimes they'll just come and they'll sit on my lap, which I think is really cute and it's really fun and it's great for pictures. Um, um, but the least fun, I think, is when I'm trying to do like a PR on my deadlift or something, and then there's just a cat under it. They love to run under the bar for some reason.
They're basically toddlers.
Yep. Yeah. That's actually part of why I chose that topic. Can you tell us about the cats? Because I think we might have talked about it on Steve's episode, but those are exotic cats, right?
Yeah, we have 3 Savannah cats.
Mhm.
Um
And our gym logo actually is kind of based on all 3 of them blended into one.
That's good advice.
Generally.
Yeah, Keith's
yeah.
gonna hate that.
Oh,
So we have Moose, Noel, and there's the one that I never get to see.
Felix.
Felix, yes, gorgeous cats. Noel likes me. Moose is indifferent, and Felix, like I said, I never get to see when I'm there.
Which is weird because he's probably the most social, but that's definitely on his terms. He's a cat.
I have a variation of a question.
yeah.
I'll give you the story. I didn't want to simply ask people what their favorite lift is because I think that that's boring. So what I ask people is, do you have a favorite muscle or favorite muscle group that you like to work out, and how do you like to work it out?
I say that I like pretty much everything equally. It really just depends on the day, but I feel like um most of what I do is kind of like I don't know. I do a lot of like full body stuff.
Like compound motions
Yeah.
or movements to bring to harken back to Tanner's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would say that you don't have like a I like the fact that I have traps. So a lot of my favorite accessories make my traps and shoulders look bigger, right? So that would be like my answer. But yeah, if you like, I know you like deadlifts.
Yeah,
Um,
I like deadlifts. One of my favorite things to do is to like look back and see how much I've progressed on deadlift.
mhm.
Because sometimes I just like I stick for a bit, but then I get like those few weeks where it's just a bunch of progress, and I don't know, I like how heavy I can go
Hey,
sometimes.
what's that saying you've mentioned before? Progress isn't linear, right? We kind of go in like little jumps and
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. If progress was linear, we'd all be silly strong. But like, and also like you're younger than me, so you have that ability to do linear progression. Me and Steve, there are times where it's like part of the reason I gave up powerlifting was I hated peaking because your body just breaks down, right?
yeah,
And you're the strongest you're supposed to be at that time, but you can't maintain that in your 40s, right? So that's part of the reason I kind of just said I can't keep doing that. There has to be a couple months where I just go through the motions to stay strong.
so one of the things I would say, like even that I've learned, I'm not going to profess to know everything that's right about how to do things, but I've learned over the years a lot of ways to do things wrong. And when I was younger, like I was Anastasia's age and just starting to get into stuff myself, if you were even weaker by 1 pound one day, that was a failure. Like, I was
Yeah.
like when we were younger, what was our references? Flex magazine. Okay, that's not a reference for a regular person, but I thought it was because the internet didn't exist.
Yeah.
So we'd just be stronger every week, and then eventually you just break down.
Yep.
Oh, we kind of like peak for a meet, and then we back off and do some silly stuff, do some fun stuff, do what. Hey, like we're doing a little bit of strongman now and stuff instead of like just straight barbell work. Like keeping it different, keeping it fun, and making it sustainable. So that way, I don't have a daughter who's like beat to hell by the time she's 20.
Yeah. No, and I understand that completely. I pulled 425 cold on block pulls a couple weeks ago, and yesterday 365. I actually went to 375. I was only supposed to do 365, but I was feeling good. Woke up this morning, my back hurts. Right,
Yeah.
so it's like any day can be a bad day, just based on the day before, how much you slept, how much you ate. Did
Yeah.
you, did you
Yeah.
happen?
Some days I feel like I'm 43 going on 63, and some days I mentally am 23. So,
Yep.
you just got to balance it all and
Um,
make some sense of things.
so occupation isn't something we normally like we talk about with everybody, but you're a student.
yeah.
Yeah. So get good grades. I don't know. Do you want to talk about being a student?
Um, well, it's nothing really new, honestly.
But there's some interesting things, aspects about it, because a lot of times too, when you have like new classmates and that, and people find out what it is that you do for fun,
Oh yeah,
it can
no
all
one
be,
ever believes me.
Mm-hmm.
it can always be a little bit of a weird experience.
Yeah, sometimes it's like if I get along with my teachers and stuff, I'll tell them about like my lifting and not too long ago, like when I went to do the Arnold's and the world records and that. I told my English teacher, and then I come back from like my competition, and I go back to school on Monday, and she's like, "So, so can I tell the whole class? Can we have a presentation?" And I was like, sure. So she waited till the end of the class, and I kind of forgot about it. And about 5 minutes before class was like ended, she said she needed to make an announcement and made it all serious, and then was like, "Guess what Anastasia did?" And told the whole class, and I was like, oh no, what do I say? She got all of the information wrong.
Of course,
Of course.
but I mean they don't know, right?
They don't know. And so
She was excited for you, and
Yep.
it's like,
her heart was in the right place.
I was so embarrassed, but also like, yeah, she's so excited and this is so nice. Um, but then there was 3 minutes left and everyone just kind of went silent but stared at me.
They were looking for your muscles. That's
I,
what they do.
I don't have big muscles.
Yeah.
And they kind of stared at me and I was like, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm built like a deer antler. I don't know how to prove it.
Here, load the bar and I'll show you.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you just yeah. But you're also a cadet, and you won an award for that recently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I usually get top of the star level I'm in that year. I got top gold star this year.
very good. You did get a shout out on supporting members. I don't know if Steve told you.
I do remember hearing of that, yeah.
Yeah, I think we between the three of us, I think we were on supporting your supporting members like 4 weeks in a row. Okay.
But no, that was a pretty good week of that because that was your ABS meet and your cadets week in the same
Yep.
within a 3-day span.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You lifted so much that you shut down Just Be Strong Gym.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they did find a new location.
Yeah.
So,
It's unfortunate the luck that they've had in the place that they were at, but
yeah.
I'm sure for the millions of people listening right now who know who they are, they're happy to see that they're in a better location and hopefully it has some better lasting power.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that the people that do listen to this probably at least know of Justin. And
If not, they
he
should.
lives
I
out of
mean,
there, right?
he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he is, and he's been in the animal cage. He's got, I think the third heaviest squat and wraps in the world or something like that. So, like, I imagine people would know who Justin is. So they would be kind of familiar with Just Be Strong. We're going to get into your lifting history. And one of the cool parts is I've been there for all of it. So why don't you two just take us through when you think it started, why you enjoyed it, some of the things you've accomplished, and our next steps. Because I say our next steps because I know that your dad is probably your biggest trainer, but I would say that I have had a part in your training.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm the yin to his yang, and we can talk about some of that if you'd like as well. But go ahead. The floor is yours. Let's talk about everything you've accomplished, all your records. This is probably going to be the meat of your episode, because you're when I say this to you, you're not a nobody. People should know who you are. So go.
And if you don't mind, I'd like to just start off actually taking this.
Yeah.
And just on how she even got started, because there's a certain judge that deserves a little bit of credit.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to compete a little bit, like obviously with you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one day I was doing one of my competitions. And then when I went out for one of my deadlifts, Anastasia, who I believe was only 12 or 13 at the time, was sitting on the floor right beside the head judge of the meet.
Yeah, it was Andrew. She was sitting
Yeah,
that was at Apex. Yeah, sitting right in
Yeah,
front
at
of Andrew.
Apex Andrew. And you know what? A lot of credit goes to him because he could have just shoot her away and been like, I got a job to do and taken his life all serious.
Yep.
With the seating's back there. But instead he took the time to, hey, come on down, come closer. Here's what we're looking for. Here's what we're doing. And you know what? He had the foresight to recognize, what, if I put a little bit of time into this kid who's genuinely interested in not being a brat, then who knows what she could maybe do in the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And after that, she was like, Dad, I want to try this. And so that's when it kind of began. So I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah. So I do remember that day. I was honestly, I didn't know that you could compete like that in weightlifting. I thought it was so cool, and I got to watch like everyone just lifting a lot of weight. I honestly didn't think that, without all this like super serious stuff I saw online back then, I thought you had to have like, well, to put it lightly, I thought you had to be on steroids to lift that much. But I don't know. I just think seeing that in person and seeing how just cool it was and how nice the people were there.
Yeah, just how one thing that's kind of weird is just it's a bit of a misconception that everybody's all like angry and like serious and that when you go to these things, you see just how overwhelmingly positive the entire community is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even people that are competing against each other, right?
Yep.
Like, of course you want to win, but you want to beat somebody that you're going against at their best and your best, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's just I don't know. I've been involved in a whole lot of different sports, and I've never been in a more positive community than the strength community. And it's just kind of goes against some of the things you hear. Now, there's obviously some people that are outliers, and those are the ones that seem to get all the attention and give it a bit of a bad name. But that's just
Yeah.
not my experience.
And even in those meets, I think, talking about them directly after, you're right. There's always the people that are taking it too seriously, right? They got their headphones on and they're jazzed up and and they got their camera crew in the warm up room. And then there's me and Steve, doing shots of Jagger before our third deadlift. I'm back there dancing. Like my warm up is like 2 reps, and like I'm just there to have fun. I
Well,
know.
I think that's one of the things Anastasia learned from you because
Yes.
she's the whatever the practice room dancer at this point.
Yeah, I'm always dancing. I show up. I wear my dad's massive house coat
Yep.
and like stupid slippers, and I just kind of show up and say, "Oh, this is happening." And people ask me what my numbers are. I'm not gonna lie, I just pick stuff up. I don't know. A lot of people ask me this question: How much do you lift? What do you do? Like, what's going on?
As much as I can, and I don't worry about the rest.
Yeah, pretty much. I just pick up the circles and hope for the best.
And it is something I've noticed at your meets because the announcers are always a little interested in the fact that you're dancing. When you're in the hole and you're up next waiting for the bar to be ready call, you're back there dancing. And I've heard every announcer go, "She's excited. She's dancing back there." And it's like, yes, you should be.
Yeah, I'm dancing and hopping around. If I sit down, then I kind of all my hype is gone.
And it's kind of funny because you're a very reserved person in general, but over there you kind of open up and you just let your crazy self shine through.
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we've talked about a lot of stories, and I've taken over a bit. Why don't you get back to kind of what Joey was asking? So about your lifting career, how it started, how it's going.
Um, well, I feel like the start that most people hear is like when I sat next to that judge at my dad's like lifting meet. But to me, I feel like it started a lot younger. I was a weird kid and I would bring little 5 pound pink weights to the park and like try to flex on all the other little kids. Um or I would like I don't know, when I was how old would I have been?
What the push-ups?
The push-ups, yeah.
Oh, you were both 3 years old. You always had to try to copy me.
Yeah. When I was 3 years old, I always tried to like do push-ups and stuff and um I always acted super tough and like I wanted to get strong and I've always had this like feeling that I wanted to be strong and like now that I'm able to actually do it and that day was able to set off my career, I'm very, very happy I didn't give up on it.
No,
Uh,
I don't think we were going to let you. So
yeah.
I have your stats open,
Uh,
but I do want to hear about your awards. Because
yeah.
I think you hold the record in 2 countries right now.
um, I have 4 Canadian national records for powerlifting.
In WRPF Canada, they're federation records. Let's make that distinction.
They're federation records, but that's okay.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
not a small federation.
Nope, absolutely.
And what are those records?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
I also don't know those numbers.
Okay.
Squat, bench press, deadlift in total.
Yes. Yeah.
Those ones. You know what I mean.
Your total, your best total is 391. I'm assuming that's pounds, not kilos.
Yep.
Yep. That is your best, and you compete raw.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at your open powerlifting, it actually tells the complete story because you were disqualified from your first meet.
Yep.
It's just a series of ones.
It was the first meet was actually an interesting one because I mean your first ever lift, your spotter was Mitch Hooper.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of an interesting welcome to the scene.
Yep.
And unfortunately that was a bit of a tough meet. because that week you were away on base for 2 weeks straight,
Mhm.
training for cadets,
Yeah.
just doing drills and marching and all kinds of things that require strength. You then decided that it would be a good idea to try cliff diving a week before the meet. You belly flop and were bruised from your ankles to your face. Literally, your entire body was purple.
Yeah.
And your father's an idiot and didn't read the rule book, and you had the wrong belt and weren't allowed to use a belt at all in your meet.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was an interesting meet. Yeah.
Well, I mean, but then your next meet, you got a one. You got
Yeah.
first place, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you've also competed at the Arnold.
Yes.
So tell us about that, how that happened, and how cool, and
And that
how
was
that
in
went.
the World Professional Power League,
Yes.
where you were the only kid.
That's something that happens a lot. I'm always the youngest there competing. And yeah, it's a weird but very cool experience. To be like the only kid there. But I was in the Arnold. Um, it was fun. Honestly, it was super like nerve-wracking and stuff because it's all this. It was so big.
It was on a big stage, and there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there. The actual place it like happened at, it was a really cool place. It was massive. And there was
Yep.
a lot of people. But like I feel like the most nerve-wracking thing about the whole experience there was the time leading up to it. Because once you're actually there and once you actually like once you get that first squat in, everything melts away and you're like, oh, this is amazing. I love this.
Oh yeah, this is why I do this.
Oh yeah, this is why I do this. Because like between competitions, sometimes I kind of because it's been a while, sometimes I kind of forget like everything's gonna be fine and you're not gonna bomb out.
And even if you do, who cares?
Exactly. Everything is fine.
But always the most nerve-wracking thing is, let's just get through the first squat. Then after that, everything's fun.
Yeah.
So, you kind of mentioned Mitch Hooper through your lifting career. We'll talk about the future of your lifting in a few minutes. You have probably met as many or more famous people than I have.
Yeah.
So, because I do want to point out the people that you've trained with, and kind of the luxuries you've had there. So tell us about some of that kind of stuff. Steve will probably know more than you might at the moment, but I want to hear from you first.
Honestly, I've trained with a lot of people and I think it's amazing that like, people see me and go, "Oh, come train with me." Even if like you don't really know me, like
Lori.
yeah, Lori.
But even we could start from the beginning too. Like even okay, so Mitch Hooper's had some interesting aspects of his personal life, which we, whatever it is, what it is.
None of my business.
But when he met us, like he was super cool to us, and even though that he was at that meet where Anastasia bombed out on, you know, he came up to her and he spent a time. There's no cameras, nobody cared.
Yep.
He doing it just because it was the right thing to do. He went and talked to her. He said, "Listen, kiddo, you're 14. At that age, I'd never even seen the inside of a gym. Like you're doing amazing things, and like you've got nowhere to go but up from here. Like, and it was a really nice moment. Like, it would have been nice if actually I'd even like had a chance to film it, but we weren't even trying to. It wasn't for anything. It was just him
Yep.
talking to her, and it was just like, as a parent, I'm like, wow, this is like, in hockey terms, this is like the Wayne Gretzky of our sport, coming and talking to my kid. Like,
Yep.
like you're not seeing, Connor McDavid come into my Friday night, beer league hockey game. Like it's like,
Yeah,
it's kind of a wild experience for all of us. Like,
because I was there for that too, and I think he made a point of being a spotter for her.
yeah,
Right?
no.
Like he went out for your deadlift.
The funniest thing was when he went to go give her a handoff for bench press, and she yelled at him, and he just like jumped right back. Anastasia does not like a handoff on her bench press. She wants to throw the whole time.
Yeah. kind of funny. I really don't like handoffs, and I
Me,
wasn't
me
really
either, to
thinking.
be honest. Yes, I'm
Yeah, I
with you.
wasn't really thinking of it, and I was just like, no, don't touch it. Let me do.
And then
Then,
go ahead, Steve.
and then and then even people like you kind of take for granted because he's local, but like somebody like Justin Zottel,
Yep.
who comes up every time we see him, he makes a point of coming up to Anastasia and just saying, "Yeah, like you can see the progress you've made, but here's a couple of things that might help you." And it's just like, he doesn't know us that. Like, this guy's got a bunch of his own people, and he's also got his own things he's training for. But people, when you see people that are like that strong, who are also that good of a person, it's just pretty awesome. Like, and
Hmm.
then most recently we got to spend some time with John Hack and Christy Hawkins, like arguably two of the best powerlifters of all time.
Yep.
And it's just like they're also super cool people. Like Christy coming up and talking to Anastasia and just being
Yeah.
like, "Hey, this is awesome what you're doing. Like keep it up." And then even like Big Jess, who's also a crew, Jessica Bittner, commenting on Instagram, "Hey, keep chasing those records." And like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of cool to see like the top people being encouraging to like the next generation.
And you've had somebody over to your house to help your bench.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a actually kind of local to us. We're fairly lucky again. A woman named Shannon Terry who's competes in the IPF and is a Canadian champion bench presser.
Hmm.
And she came over and did a workout in our gym, and that was a pretty awesome experience.
Yes, it was.
It's just neat to see how normal the people at the top are, but also their habits aren't normal.
Right.
And so we can kind of learn from them and say, like if we want to be serious, this is how they do things, and maybe this is things we can learn from, right?
Mhm.
When you were at the Arnold, like you kind of mentioned you didn't make the Eagle, which kind of sucks.
That was tough. We were really looking forward to that, but unfortunately, powerlifting meets go. Like sometimes,
Yeah,
a lot of times they run over.
it's the way she goes, the way she don't go, but it's the way she goes.
But
And,
luckily at the expo, we got to meet like obviously some pretty cool people. We've met Anastasia's met Tanner and Tommy a few times now, and
mhm.
some
uh,
of the other crew.
yeah, some crew. I hope you met. Did you meet Huck Finn?
Yes, I did.
How was that?
Um,
You
it was an
don't.
experience.
That's a good way to word it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to go up to him and pre-vet him before my 15-year-old
see, how,
daughter went and talked to him. Just
see what mode he was in. Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so my daughter's gonna come over. Do not lift her up.
I know it's dark in here, but she's 15, so just understand. Like, hey, they'll let just about anyone in here.
So then you've been powerlifting now for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then you came over to my house.
Yep.
And we started doing some crazy stuff. So tell me about what that did for you and what our next steps are.
Honestly, like the first time I like started doing strongman stuff, I loved it. It was like, don't get me wrong, I love powerlifting. But sometimes I just like it's better to have some variety
Mm-hmm.
and just being able to try out a bunch of new stuff and like lift things I didn't think I'd be able to lift. It was a really great experience. I loved it, and honestly, I love strongman in general. Like it's a lot less technical, and I can just kind of try not to hurt yourself, but you can pretty much get it up in any way.
It's
Mm-hmm.
still technical, but it's a little bit less rules intensive.
Yeah.
That's a good way to word it. Yeah.
You still need to be technically sound to be able to not injure yourself.
Yeah.
Right. But there's less commands, I think is a better way
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
It's a fun, kind of almost more practical way to use your strength that you've gained in the gym, right?
Yeah.
You came over for Strongman Sunday. I think it was the first one we did. My kids joined us. Evan was there. And it was the first time I put some Dinnies in your hand.
Yeah.
Yes. And ever since then, I think you have fallen in love with the idea of the Dinnies.
Oh yeah. I love Denny Stones very much.
And I've made Anastasia this deal. If you're ever strong enough to be able to lift the real ones, we will arrange for it.
Yeah, that's pure That's
And
pure
you know
amazing.
what? She has someone pretty much there to learn from, so that's not impossible.
Mm-hmm. That is
Right.
our friend Laurie McDougall, who is
Absolutely.
currently competing at the FA4 World Strengths in Norway. We were at her house pretty recently. Anastasia wasn't feeling that great that day, so we didn't really, and I was also dead, so I didn't really push myself much
Hey,
that
I
day
felt
either.
great.
Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, so strongman, I think, is your next pursuit.
Yes.
That being said, we still have WRPF Canada Nationals coming up in November, so we're having fun with a bit of everything.
Yeah, and if my advice means anything, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Every strongman can powerlift, but not every powerlifter can strongman. So as long as you just maintain your strength, I don't think you'll have much of a problem with the WRPF meet.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
an opportunity to expand upon your records.
Yes, and somebody that was new to crew, shout out. I think let me get his name. It is Adrian is there, and this one is Jake. He's from Windsor. So he just joined crew, and then
Nice.
he sent me a message, and he's like, he was the one that I said, put your Instagram in your bio so we can stalk you. And then so I followed him, and then about half an hour later, he goes, "Hey, I'm listening to Unpaid and Underrated. You're from Hamilton?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "I grew up in Ancaster. I live in Windsor." He's like, "Is there like a strong Ontario crew?" And I was like, "Well, let me tell you something, Jake." The reason I bring that up is I think between me and Steve and Cam, we pretty much have most strongman implements covered.
Yep.
So as long as we kind of cycle through those three, he's a bit far in Windsor, but I think he might be interested in coming to one or two of our things as well.
Yeah.
And
That'd be fun.
yep, I know it probably isn't much use to you, but that log that Cam has, I think he's bringing that to me today.
Ah, nice.
So we're gonna buy a tarp on Tuesday, and we're going to have my outdoor strength gym ready.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that a permanent acquisition or is that a borrowing? Or?
Yeah, it's just for the summer. He essentially messaged me and said, "I'm not going to use this again this summer. Do you want it?" He's like, "I'll bring you the circus or the log," and I'm like, "Obviously, I want the log."
Nice.
Right? Like, there's duh.
I was playing with a nice little like a wooden log that was built by one of the stone friends there, and
That was there last time, and I was lifting that. That's only about 90 pounds, though, right?
no, this one was 153 MT.
Okay, so that was the bigger one.
This was a different one. It was beautiful.
So, what is your fate besides Denny's? What is your favorite strongman pursuit?
Um, that's a great question. I love, like, in general, lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You got that. You got that bug.
yeah. I love I love lifting stones. I'm not too good at shouldering them yet, but I want to get better at it.
Mhm.
But no, I feel like just
And bag over bar, you seem to.
bag over bar too. That's another good one.
That's a good cardio workout too. Bag over bar for reps.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, it's so fun, and then but when you're done, you're like, I'd have a nap. Yeah, I'd have a nap.
You know what? We're not the type that's going to go for like a run a marathon, but that kind of cardio I can get down with.
Yeah, me too. And I told a little bit of this story after your meet. I mentioned earlier that sometimes I'm the yin to your dad's yang when it comes to your training, and I kind of mentioned to you that, like, your third attempt, like, go to fail. Like, this is the place to do something that you're gonna fail. And I think you did something like a 20-pound jump or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so at our last meet, which was ABS Canada, that was kind of a fun experience. And after her second deadlift, everything was going great. She'd already tied her own personal best for total. And I just kind of went up to her and said, "That moved fast. What are you thinking? Little jump or big jump?" That's the only thing I told her. I didn't put numbers in her head.
Mhm.
And she just immediately looked at me, didn't even blink, didn't hesitate. Big jump. Let's
Yep.
go. Okay, big jump it is.
Yeah. I don't. sometimes your dad's a little conservative on what you should do. And then every once in a while, I'll just be like, go up a bit. And, sure, Steve might not like that I do that sometimes.
No, that's fair. But I mean, especially leading up to competitions,
Oh,
right? The
yeah.
last thing you want to do is get injured, but
Yeah. And a lot of the times, like, when we were at the stone thing and I lifted up the rails that
yep.
were 200 per hand, like, even then I looked right at stage. I said, no, you're not doing this today. Do I think she should try? Yes. But like, that was not the day. But it's always been one of those fun things where Steve's like, don't go any higher. And then I'll look at him and I'll look at you and I'll be like, you got more.
Yeah.
And the first time you were at my place and lifted up my rock, I think, was that the first time you've ever picked up a rock like that?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna
Well, you'll be happy to know, Joey, that I said for this summer until October, the leash is off. Do go crazy.
let's go. I like saying I have a little bit of credit in your kind of stone
But
journey.
back in the second half of September, then in October, we'll be a little bit more into the serious goose mode when it comes time to training for nationals again. But
Of course, now you don't want to mess around with nationals, but okay. Is that all we want to talk about your awesome lifting career?
I just wanted to mention the one thing that was kind of exciting for me was that we got to compete together.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, how awesome is that to be able to do the same competition with your kid?
Mhm.
And then last year too, even at the first Canadian National she did, my wife Sandy also got to compete, and so Stasia and Sandy are basically each other's emotional support people.
Mhm.
And so for those two to be able to compete together at a national championships like that, and both to come away with medals was kind of an exciting experience for both of them, and even for me. So I'm basically the only one in the house, unfortunately, that didn't qualify for that. But I got to be like the kind of the coach for both of them, and I was like an extremely proud moment for me to be, at least a small part of it. And then obviously you were the MC of that, so that was just kind of a fun experience for all around.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was nice seeing you there, actually.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had no clue what I was walking into. I got a message saying, "Hey, can you MC this weekend?" And I was like, "Well, I bought tickets to something in Kitchener like later in the day, but yeah, I can come for some of that." And oh, by the way, it's nationals. And I was like, "Oh." Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that was really neat. We met John at that one, right, from Sarnia Powerlifting.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then that's where his crew journey started because he's like, "Oh, I listen to Massonomics all the time." Blah, blah, blah. He's like, "I didn't know you were that Joey when you were there." Next day, he's in the Discord, right?
And actually, I really liked his episode too on here.
Yeah, yeah. John's a really cool guy. I think it's his truck that has my Dilf Dungeon sticker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And I don't know, maybe I'm biased, but I like all of the Ontario crew episodes.
yeah. There's something about those that I really enjoy.
Maybe just because I know the people personally better.
It does add a level. Yep. Okay. It says here that you are really into artistry.
Yes.
I don't know if you know this, but Morgan just did her first art crawl. So
Oh, yeah.
you guys could talk about that till the cows come home. But like, what kind of art do you do? What's your favorite mode, median, method?
I usually just do like casual, just like pencil and paper, nothing too fancy there. Um, but no, I mostly just it's kind of on and off, but I do love to draw and make art a lot, and like um my dad has mentioned that I made the like logo for our gym.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which we can see on Gym Radar, I believe.
yeah.
Yep. And then a lot of times you just start off doodling and see what it becomes.
Yeah, I never really start with a set plan. I just kind of doodle and hope for the best.
Well, I'm sure if you ever wanted to, you could get more into it like that because that's what Morgan does. You're literally wearing something she hand drew,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I put this on today knowing that
And it's worth mentioning too that Morgan's been pretty cool every time we come up there and giving her like art books and like
Yep.
kind of,
Mhm.
I don't know. You I'm sure you're aware of this, but Morgan's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of hers for some reason. Yeah, not a lot of people know that the unpaid and underrated shirt is literally hand drawn. Like she did a sketch and then she moved it to her iPad and lit every line on that shirt was done by hand. The only thing that wasn't was the names of the cities. Right? So
Would have
the
been pretty impressive if that was hand drawn.
yeah, yeah, it would be. The front logo, the geese on the back, everything was all done by hand. So that's really cool. Geez, where are we at? 12-17. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with. So we already talked about your cadets. This is interesting. They like art, tattoos, and piercings. I don't think you have any.
I
Do you have a tattoo that I somehow don't know about?
No.
no. No, I have an interest in them.
Mhm.
And I might get into tattooing, but I don't have any right now.
So you mean tattooing other people?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely be into getting one myself, but I am also 16.
Yep.
So
Are we breaking news to your dad right now?
At 43, I don't think I'm responsible enough to pick something that would last forever, okay? Give it a little bit of time.
I mean, but if you look at me, like
Yeah.
all my tattoos are stupid except for like two. Right? So that's interesting. Are you into birds as much as maybe me and your dad are?
You mean government drones?
Birds aren't real.
No. If it flies, it spies.
um I do like birds, but I can't say I'm educated in any way about birds.
Mm.
I just think they're cute and I love to go bird watching.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
That's where, and then suddenly you're like me. And you're just like, I know that bird. I know that bird. I know that bird. Last night, yesterday, I was driving down Whitechurch here, and a barn swallow pretty much tried to kamikaze my windshield. And Morgan's like, "That's awful." I'm like, "Well, it missed, but it was close enough. I could tell it was a barn swallow." And that's where it starts. D&D. Did you listen to our D&D episode?
I didn't know.
No. We'll let Steve decide if that's appropriate.
Go for it.
But how much D&D are you into?
I I'm in 2 campaigns right now.
What?
And I also help one of the DMs with he runs at least 4.
Mhm.
I'm in 2 of them, and I help him like with the world building for both the one that I'm in and one of he has a vampire campaign.
Is that D&D or Vampire the Masquerade?
No, it's D&D, but it's vampire based.
Okay.
He likes to kind of mix worlds.
Mhm.
He has like a strict stick to D&D rules, and then he has the other 3 are just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm not expecting this to last more than 2 weeks, kind of campaign. But one of them is 2 years old.
Oh my. We what I don't remember what episode it was. It might have been the 3-year episode. We did a Dungeons and Dragons campaign with me, Keith, and Nate, and it was set in Aberdeen, South Dakota, at the Lift Hard Live Easy, and it was probably one of our funniest episodes, I think.
That sounds like my nightmare.
I at the end of it, I was like, this was mostly improv. This had very little to do with D&D. It was more on the play rather than the rules. So yeah, there are some inappropriate conversations, but if Steve says it's okay, because you listen to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if he says it's okay, you might want to give that one a listen for a good laugh. Okay.
I mean, she's in high school. She's probably not heard anything. There's probably nothing she hasn't heard before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say if you hear something you don't know, don't Google it.
Okay.
Normally we ask for like funny or embarrassing stories. But like you're 16, so I obviously don't want to give away too much. Um, tell me about lifting the stone in Lori's barn. That was hilarious. Well, on this podcast, we always want to talk about poop stories.
Oh no.
Um, we have one on every episode because, all adults have shit themselves at least once. I know you didn't, but like this was one of the funniest minutes.
It was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's you don't need to be embarrassed, but it was very funny.
I don't know, there's not too much to say. I was like, oh, let's just pick up a rock. And then I got it about halfway up, and like it was like the smallest, most awkward too. And it's in a barn that echoed. It was horrible.
So the thing is, nobody knew, and I was standing right next to you, and you looked at me with the biggest smile on your face. Steve has a picture of that smile. You're still holding the rock, and you went, I shit myself. And then you dropped the rock and bolted away.
Didn't know what to say.
I was like, why are you smiling? And you're just like, I shit myself. And you just bolted. It was very good.
To be clear, I don't think she shot herself.
No, I don't think she did either. But the smile and the just like the whisper to me.
I didn't know what to say. I panicked, and it was the first thing that came to mind.
You know what that means? That means you were putting in a hard enough effort.
Yep.
Sometimes that's just how she goes.
Okay, let's move into FMK. Steve, do you want to explain FMK?
Sure.
You can use like tickle, marry, kill, or whatever. Like it's up to you what language we want to use.
So the easiest way is there's three options. M is marry. K is kill. So I mean, marry something obviously like
Long term.
yeah. This is I could live with this long term. Kill. Yeah, I can do without that. And F is it's fun. So we're just gonna have fun with the third option. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have fun with it once.
Okay.
Okay, fun, marry, kill.
God damn it.
Fun, marry, kill. Ice caps, Diet Pepsi, and apple juice.
Oh, that's. I'm gonna definitely marry Diet Pepsi. I have one. It's probably a little unhealthy how much I have. I have one right now.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's how those bottles end up in my gym.
Pretty much.
Because nobody here drinks pop.
we're gonna probably kill apple juice.
Hmm.
And
Nice caps are fun.
yeah, ice caps are fun.
But they need to be made with chocolate milk.
They're really good with chocolate.
So for people who may not have a Tim Hortons, like a majority of our listeners are American. We have some overseas listeners. Do you want to explain what an ice cap is?
I don't know. It's like a slushy version of ice. No, what? Hello. A slushy version of iced coffee. It's amazing, and I love it. But I usually get it made with either milk or chocolate milk because the cream sucks.
Mm-hmm. Cream is awful. I don't put cream in anything. Now, speaking of that, I had Tanner's coffee today. I can let him know. It was delicious. I did it with
I'm exceedingly jealous.
I did it with a pour over method.
And I might need to contact him because I would like to try some myself. I might have to buy some off of him.
I'm 15 minutes away. Like I can just save you some.
All right, well, let's pause this and come on down now.
Okay. Now we have another game that we play with everybody. It's called Mount Rushmore. Steve, can you explain Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, he's going to give you a topic, and you need to pick what are your four favorite things, the four best things to kind of that encapsulate that topic.
Right.
Yeah, you know what the real Mount Rushmore is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're essentially picking four things to bury in or carve into a mountain forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am going to go with one that I enjoy talking about all the time. Our listeners get either annoyed or excited. Mount Rushmore of metal band.
Oh, hmm. That's a hard one.
That's the point. That's why we don't give you these in advance either, because we want to see the wheel spinning. Yep.
We're gonna watch the sausage be made.
All right.
Considering your playlist consists of every metal band in history,
It's not every metal band in history. It's just
93% of them.
maybe. um. Oh, that's
All right, it's not that deep of a topic. Let's go.
it's that deep. I want to say the first one is. I'm gonna go with Typo Negative.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's funny about Typo Negative. Big Gary, he actually mailed me 2 DVDs of their live performances.
Hmm.
And I got to watch one, but I was thinking of giving them back to Cam to take to Big Gary at Lift Hard Live Easy. And if I'd known, you probably could have had them to watch. He was at one of those shows.
Nice. Luckily, YouTube exists. We can.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, ooh, this is my opportunity to get those back to him. So it's funny you said Typo Negative the day I was like, oh, I can get those out.
Well, now you can remember to give them to Cam.
Yep.
All right, what do you got next?
Do I don't know. I like none of my I don't know. I love all music. And honestly, I don't know like metal bands. It's really hard to choose, and like
That's the point.
that's the point. Oh,
What if we expand it to all genres?
all genres?
Does that make it harder or or easier?
No. Yeah, Typo Negative. Probably gonna go with Barely Human. I have to slip in Incubus.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
In their defense, they're honest about who they are. They want to be a metal band, but it just sells more to not be.
I've been on an Incubus kick lately. Yeah, I've the one album, the
Science.
No, the one that has Floating Down the River song. I've been on that album.
and then I think my last one is Garbage.
Cool. I was a big Garbage fan when I was young. Yep. Big
Still.
Shirley Manson fan. Yeah, still am. I don't know how familiar I am with their new music, but those first 2 to 3 albums, I definitely
I mostly listen to the first 2 to 3.
yeah. You don't need to go much farther than that. Yeah, love the band, but you don't really need to go much farther. Actually, I heard her in an interview once talking about System of a Down, and because she's like really Scottish, she calls them System of a Down, and now that's what I call them.
That's fair.
Like, yeah, we're gonna put on System of a Down. Right. So that is Mount Rushmore. We should probably do the last affiliates, which are Barbell Rescue, Home Gym Con. If you don't have your tickets for Home Gym Con by now, I don't know what's going on. You're either not listening, not paying attention, or you're not going. Get your tickets, use code unpaid, it's 10%. Barbell Rescue, code unpaid. I've got one. Steve, I think you have a Barbell Rescue.
Actually, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I can attest that I have one. It is awesome.
I've used one of yours and Cam's, and they're pretty sweet.
Yep. Yeah. Use them for cleaning. I use them for spreading oil on the 3-in-1 on the barbells, because in a basement things gather patina real quick. And use code unpaid there. And also don't forget to put your gym on home radar, update often, and get on the leaderboard. Okay, our final game is unpaid or underrated. Okay. Essentially, I'm going to give you 3 to 6 topics. Normally, Keith and I would do 3 each, but because it's just me, people will get tired of hearing me ask questions. And you have to tell me whether this thing is unpaid, which means it sucks because nobody wants to be unpaid, or if it's underrated and more people should be aware of it and like it.
Okay.
Steve, did you actually want to do any?
Well, we'll see. You can start.
Okay. Unpaid or underrated TikTok dances?
Unpaid.
Yeah, unpaid. Why is that?
I I feel like there's way too many and way too many trends. I personally am not really on that side of TikTok all that much, but when they do pop up, I just kind of cringe a little bit and scroll.
Just feels a little bit too manufactured.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're doing it like a lot of things that I see is like if you're just dancing in the back and you're doing like an outfit of the day kind of thing, then like that's nice. But if you're just kind of doing it for the dance, I don't know.
Well, I don't disagree. We used to be a proper country where our trends were just for the stupidity, like planking or
Yeah, I like the stupid ones or the fun ones.
yeah.
Just kind of like, especially with like the dances that are like copy paste of other ones. I
Mhm.
don't make them.
There's a whole documentary too on how that was exploitative of children and influencers and run by a cult. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that tracks.
yep. So I'm with you on that one. Unpaid or underrated art crawl. Have you been to art crawl? It's
I
here.
have. I've been to a few. I want
Super crawl too.
yeah, in the super crawl.
That's a
I
separate
want to
beast.
say it's underrated. Most people like go to the super crawl and not the art crawl.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like because of that, there's it's like if there's not as many people going to the art crawl, then there's not as many people signing up to like be a vendor at the art crawl.
Mhm.
So it's just kind of like a never-ending cycle there. I feel like it's underrated.
The one that we just did on Friday was
Yeah.
super crawl busy.
Oh yeah.
It was awful.
Nice.
It
Okay,
was,
never mind.
yeah. It was only awful because I don't go to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those wondering what art crawl is in Hamilton. There is a street called James Street that used to be primarily art galleries, and what some of the artists got together and said, well, what if we just opened our doors late on the first Friday of every month to just let people walk up and down James Street and come into our art galleries. And that's how it started. And I started going about that time.
Yeah.
And then now it's like vendors line up and down the street. People can go show off their art. It's starting to also turn into like a lot of tarot readers and people selling thrift stuff, which is weird. That's not art. It shouldn't be there, but it is whatever it is. But it was railed, and I had 2 children to chase, and it was unpleasant.
So that kind of thing is my nightmare, but I know Anastasia and Sandy love it. So
Absolutely.
a lot of times they'll go down to things like that, and I'll just kind of hang out behind it and just kind of
Yep.
not beat security, but just kind of make sure everything's good and just worry about all any potential issues. So that way, all they have to worry about is having a good time.
And
Yeah.
when I was there, I was kind of the same way. I was telling Morgan, like, take the fanny pack, never show your cash, do not leave your phone on the table. Like, I was all that, but it was a generally safe space.
Yeah, no, it's always pretty good.
Yeah. So
I'm just an overly cautious type of person.
me too, especially when it comes to downtown, because I hate it downtown. Unpaid or underrated? Loud people on public transit.
Unpaid.
Agreed.
No druthers needed, eh?
Yeah.
You don't need to like I take public transit pretty much everywhere I go. I walk a lot. And like I go to a lot of places and the worst thing you can see or the worst thing you can be is a loud person on public transit.
Mhm.
It's
And I remember there's two types.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's 2 types of loud people. The one blasting music out of their speaker on their phone like an idiot,
don't do that.
or the one that's on their speaker phone yelling into their phone to somebody for the entire like hour-long trip.
Nobody likes those either. I especially like a lot of things that I see is when they're on speakerphone and they have their camera on and you're just kind of like trying not to be in their like background.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Like, get headphones if you're going to be on FaceTime on the bus. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve, do you have any?
Hmm. Unpaid or underrated, Bulgarian split squats.
Ooh, underrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
They suck so much, but they work so good.
So they're basically like the Buckleys of exercises.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I both hate them and love them so much.
Mhm.
But I feel like I could never say unpaid for them. They're definitely underrated.
I'm that way with good mornings. Now that I have the SSB bar, I'm trying to do those for my posterior, and it's like I hate this, but I am not going to stop doing it. That's
Kind of actually, sorry, I know this is a bit of a tangent, but
all right.
going back to what you were asking earlier, what's your favorite lift or what's your favorite thing to train? Kind of the opposite of that would be our favorite thing to train is the thing we're the worst at because it's like it kind of sucks having weak links. So while doing stuff that we don't necessarily enjoy in the moment is typically the thing that we're always focusing on the most because
Mm.
like if we're weak at something, it's like, okay, well, that's not be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a phrase that I use all the time. You actually have a lot of phrases that I use all the time, but it's can't get out of it. Might as well get into it.
Well, that's actually I got that from her grandfather.
Very good. And I love that. I use it a lot. Use it at work. Use it in the gym. Yeah. It's like one of those. Well, if I gotta fix my deadlift lockout, I'm doing block pulls. Do I like doing block pulls? No, but I'm gonna do them.
They're not going to do themselves, so you might as well.
Yep. Okay. I think you passed unpaid and underrated, which means we can air this episode.
Wheat.
Okay. This is normally a time where we allow you to ask the hosts anything or play any games with us that you want to do.
Do you have any questions for Joey?
Oof, I was not prepared for this.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't I don't think I have any questions. I mean,
The entire purpose of this was like we've been hosting this podcast for so long that people that have been listening for a long time probably have questions about stuff we've said in the past, or even the reason I started doing it was because I'm waiting for somebody to ask me something that I know that I'm not supposed to know. Right. Because you can imagine talking to Tanner as much as I do. I've got sometimes some information for stuff. I
I got a question for you then.
was just going to finish before he asked the question.
Oh.
But the point is, you talk to me all the time. So any questions you have for me, you can probably just ask. So it's kind of unfair to you to spring that on you. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, having just competed in the Stones of Strength or whatever, what's next for Big Joy in terms of competition? I assume it's not a powerlifting meet.
It is unlikely to be a powerlifting meet. I can tell you that. I have been keeping my eye out on Strongman Corp.
Yeah.
You know, I think I would like to do a genuine strongman meet, but the real problem comes down to my weight class does not exist.
Yeah, that's the one thing about strongman is there's not really weight classes.
There is, unless you're
not necessarily like as defined as say power.
Yeah, unless you're not as defined, but like unless I'm signing up to open, but then I'm competing with guys that are 300-400 pounds.
Yeah, they're not going to have like 40 different stones for, okay, well, for Masters, 65 kilogram, we're going to do this. Masters, 100 kilogram, we're going to do this. Like, it's a little bit.
So I would end up being Masters under 72 kilograms, which I might as well be competing with the women at that point, to be honest with you, because like that's what, so that's been my struggle. Right. And also, like, even if you look at the Stones of Strength, I was the smallest guy.
Yep.
And that obviously meant like I zeroed a bunch of stuff because like, yeah, I'm not going to beat the 300-pound guy. Sorry. It's just never going to happen.
Yeah. Cause I mean, the 300-pound guy could also be like not newer, but they're, the old saying goes, there's no replacement for displacement.
Yeah.
And that's even one thing too, is like, I was a little bit hesitant myself about, should I even do this? Like, am I going to go? And then, you know what? As long as I can do half the events, I think it'll be fun to try one and then kind of go from there. And you already did your one, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And I would like to do, there's things I want to do. I want to do a Conan's week. I've seen people do them and like pass out and all, and I'm like, I want I want to do that hard thing. I would really like to do the Hercules hold. I just saw Lori was doing that over in
Yeah, that looks
Norway.
cool too.
It looks cool, but I bet it sucks because it's like my grip is awful, right? So
Yeah.
there are things I want to do, but ultimately, like my weight class would just put me under anything possible. I'd end up being like novice masters under 72. It's like that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so we'll see how November goes. If you end up making the trip with us, whether it be to kind of help coach or help, or even take part yourself.
Yeah.
Be fun to
Yeah.
have you out with us.
Plus that one's unsanctioned. So like if something happens where I bomb out, then it doesn't matter. It's unsanctioned, right?
Yeah, just more for fun.
Yeah. And there is probably, I'm like more than likely coming with you. Knowing that you're going is really am I going by myself? Hell no. But if you're
Yeah.
going, I'm probably going to go.
Yeah, I mean, Anastasia and we got to compete together in powerlifting. I think it'd be fun to compete together in strongman.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
I've only got a limited amount of time before she's beating me, so I better enjoy that while I can.
All right. Yeah, we'll get you up here to try well, you've already tried a Viking press now, like a real one, but if you ever
Yeah.
if I had to say Anastasia, you had any kind of weak links in strongman, it is your overhead. And Viking press will take a lot of the technicality out of working your overhead. So I think coming to play with mine, or even just out of the barbell, like the barbell just out at shoulder length would really help you as well.
Yeah, funny enough, today in about 1 hour from now, we're going to be working on some overhead.
Yes. Overhead is good. Get those big lats, get those big shoulders.
Absolutely.
Well, I had fun, and here you guys thought it was going to be the shortest episode. We're actually right about where I wanted to be. About 2 hours.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yep. Give me time to have a shower before Cam gets here, because I am awfully smelly. As we lead out, tell us where we can find you guys.
Again, on Instagram is the best place for me. It's at Huck Steve, and for Anastasia, it's at Huck5335. We're pretty, but once a week we'll post a bit of a training update.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly it's just posting stupid stuff.
And on the Discord, you are actually at Crazy Cat Lady. If you type in at Big Steve, you will not find Steve. I have memorized that for tagging you.
Nice.
And you are Big Canadian Anastasia on the Discord.
Yeah.
And don't forget Moving Mountains on Gym Radar.
Later, yeah.
Yep.
Updates to come.
You can find me at Joey_Malesko, MLECZKO. On Instagram, that's about the only place to find me. On the Discord, I'm Big Joey. I'm sure if you're listening, you know that by now. And I am the DILF Dungeon in Gym Radar. We do have an Instagram, Unpaid and Underrated Podcast. We have our website, unpaidinternpodcast.com. But most importantly, try and engage with us or the episode in the Unpaid and Underrated chat in the Massonomics Discord. It's under the crew chat, right under competitions and supporting members. And with that, we'll see you next Tuesday.